In this video, we'll be wrapping up the front inner fenders on our 66 GMC truck. We'll be final fitting the power steering remote reservoir and adding return flanges to the lower edges of both inner fenders. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so that you can be notified when we post a new video. Alright guys, we got both of our inner fenders finally done. Well, almost done. We're done welding on them hopefully. We do need to install some rivnuts so we can bolt them in. So that's what we're going to do next. But we got the flanges on and got them all DA sanded and all the welds ground down. So that's a huge milestone. It's a lot of work. It's messy. But we're past it. So can't wait to mock these up one last time. So let's get some rivnuts in them so we can thread them in. Alright, so we got our rivnuts here. This is kind of a general kit that we keep around the shop. And then we're going to be using this hydraulic tool, which we sell on our website, except they have black handles, but it's our HFD 100 hydraulic installation tool. Originally designed for installing rivnuts, just like we're going to do, but you can also use it for doing certain dimple dies. Okay, so typically what I do, well, it depends on the situation, right? But sometimes what you can do is before you install the actual rivnut, you can use our rivnut recess dies to recess the surface where the rivnut's going to go. I'm not going to do that in this situation because I actually want this panel to stand away from the powder coated roll bar just a little bit so that it's not chafing the paint anywhere. So we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to drill out the holes and install the 1024 rivnuts. So you do have to drill the correct size hole though. I forget the actual size. I think it's 9/32, I believe. Or yeah, I can't remember. Anyways, it's in here. I keep all the drill bits in here so I don't have to remember. If you make the hole too big, the rivnuts will spin out. So we don't want that. But before I drill the final size, I'm going to go through and just on the top ones for right now, because I think the side ones are off a little bit. So I just want to do the top row, and then we'll mock it up in the truck, and then we'll rescribe on the back side exactly where those need to be so that I can dial them in exactly. So, but what I'm going to do first is just drill these out to a size just under the final size. Oh yeah, we're not doing those. Okay, I don't want to go down the side yet. Now I'm gonna, well, I might as well do the other ones while I got that drill bit set up. All right, now I'm going to switch to the final size drill bit. And that just, doing that pilot bit just ensures that your riv nut stays perfectly centered and doesn't, and that way in the end it'll bolt up. Okay, and we're going to do a little deeper injection nose. Okay, now I've got a 6-flute countersink here, which we're going to use to deburr the front and the back side of those holes. Alright, now we're ready to install the riv nuts. Alright, so first we thread the 1024 riv nut onto the mandrel. Then we just insert it through the hole and we pump. And on the small ones like this, you got to be careful. As soon as it starts getting tight, you want to release, hit the little button underneath, and then you use this collar here to thread the mandrel out. That's it. All right, now we just got several more to do. I'm going to very gently fit these in here. We've got most of the stuff taped up, but you still could mess something up if you get too jerky with stuff. Boom, went right in there. All right, we're ready for some screws. I gotta find those. Looking pretty good. Actually, a couple of these holes right over the edge here, well, these ones line up, that one lines up, and then the ones down here don't. There's 3 down there that don't, but those are easy to fix. So I'm going to go on the back side and scribe those right now, and then we'll pop it off one last time and finish installing those riv nuts. While I've got it here, we can final check the remote power steering reservoir, make sure that it looks cool. And then we'll test this side. Should be good to go. So this remote power steering reservoir is billet aluminum. It's got 1/4-20 threads right here in the back side. So anyways, we've tested it once. We're just gonna final mock it one last time. Always like to double check, triple check things. Because once this panel is powder coated, there's no going back without, you know, if you have to cut on it or something, there's no matching it. You can't match the paint. It's going to have like a textured bronze finish on there, and you know, once it's done, it's done. So you're kind of committed, so you want to make sure all your fab work is done right the first time. So we can kind of twist that a little bit how we want. Boom. You can get to that cap real easy. Nice, exactly how I wanted it. So we got room for the fitting on the bottom. It'll have a 90-degree fitting that comes straight out. And then right into this guy here. We might have to loop it around and then go into that, but and then this one jumps right over to here. So it's gonna be nice and clean. All right, we'll leave that guy there while we test fit that one. That was a tight fit. Alright, we got it past the difficult part. Well, anyways, that panel goes in. That's the main thing. Goes in, clears everything. Let's go ahead and look at these side ones here. I'm gonna get a little file, run through that one. Alright, so those need quite a bit, so I'm just going to mark them with a marker, and then we'll modify them once I take it out.